think of nuclear energy, what comes to mind? Most people think of energy that comes from nowhere, or a very futuristic form of gathering energy that doesn't seem so attainable right now. But actually, it is pretty attainable. And it usually goes through two different distinctive types of methods. First, we have nuclear fission, which is one element that is split, causing energy, and nuclear fusion, which is two elements that come together to form energy. Although both are very different, fission is actually quite harder to achieve, and fusion is what we do most of the time today. It's not very efficient. This is way more efficient, but it's kind of unattainable right now. So we have three major benefits to nuclear energy, and the first and foremost is limits our use of fossil fuels. We have a very bad reluctance on fossil fuels right now, and they don't renew, or they renew slowly, and the main ones are coal, petroleum, and oil. But although they are seeming limitless, we are nearing to the point where we won't have any left. And who wants to live in the dark? But they're also very bad for our environment, and we shouldn't use it. Nuclear energy would produce more power at a cheaper rate, and it's more eco-green. But currently we have enough uranium to produce power for about 80 years, according to Energy Informative, but that's just uranium. This element can be hundreds of different elements and hundreds of different variations. Uranium-235 is just one variation of uranium, but we have a lot more than that. So for the second most biggest benefit of nuclear energy, we have it's cheaper in the long run, and who doesn't love money? Fossil fuel has reached its potential, and our world is kind of at a standstill because we just don't have much energy as we need. Nuclear power plants are more expensive at first to construct, but they have a better long-term payoff than the traditional fossil fuel plant. Nuclear energy requires very low maintenance, and it's very sustainable. And nuclear energy makes about 11% of today's energy, according to Nuclear Industry Association. They also say that a 1-inch long pellet of uranium-235 has more energy than 1 metric ton of coal. And they say that 1 kilogram of coal powers a 60-watt light bulb for 4 days. That does seem like a lot, but 1 kilogram of nuclear energy would power the same light bulb for 685 years. That's a huge difference. So why aren't we using it? That's what I'm getting at. We do need to use it. So the next benefit we have is it's better for our environment. Our environment is slipping away, and we can see it in the ozone layer. Our reluctance to fossil fuel is what's causing it. Right now, CO2, or carbon dioxide, is what causes most of our pollution. And for about 1 kilowatt hour of usage, nuclear energy only produces 5 kilograms of carbon dioxide. That, you might seem, sounds like a lot, but when compared to the others, gas-fired power plants would make 365 grams of carbon dioxide, and coal-fired power plants would make about 900 grams of carbon dioxide. That's a lot, and that's a big difference, and that's why we're having such a problem with our ecosystem. Now, we would need places to store the radioactive material that is given off from fusion and fission, but you can just store that underground. You don't have to do anything special with it. It just has to be out of the public area. And we have a lot of space underground, so we can just bury it and it'd go away fine. Now, in conclusion, I've discussed the three major benefits to fusion and fission and why we need to use nuclear energy. I hope you can see the overall impact of what it does to our ecosystem and our lives. And our environment is something that we really need to take seriously.